for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium. It's that most wonderful time of the year, the NFL playoffs, as we're underway on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, here's the 4th-round pick from April's draft. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Nice chunk of yards on 1st down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on 2nd. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he's got some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Again, it's Barkley. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave him 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Throwing is Hurts. Oh, his first throw of the playoffs is intercepted. Down the left sideline. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. Now before they can try the extra point, a flag comes out, and they're going to get tagged for a delay of game. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Another attempt now from 5 yards further back. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 31, here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Hurts to throw. This pass hauled in by Dotson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
A first down carry for Barkley. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7. Leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there. Now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality. And pound the rock.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, they go with Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners. Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary. That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Smith in motion right. Play action. Here's Hurts. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sack back at the 29. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Hurts sets up to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down,
Talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. The kick by Elliott is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throw left side complete. That's Cooper. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards.
Where's the contain there? And yes, that's a question because that was just a simple drop-off. But he hits the Jets, and all of a sudden, the seas part in front of him. A huge result there to fairly innocuous play call.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Right back to Cooper, and he got him again. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. Motion man is Schwartz. 2nd and 9 now. Toward the pylon, caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Anthony Schwartz, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are able to add on to that lead. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go play action with Hurts. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. After one, a 14-3 ball game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. On the move to his left. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And a hard-earned yard there as he ran through one would-be tackler. It's second down.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
2nd and 9. Hurts. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Hurts. Under pressure, they got him again. Drop for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here, 3rd and long. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Airing it out deep for Smith. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. A big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll drop to throw. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this will be caught at the 30. And he'll be touched down at the end, but a big play on that one. 2 minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Cooper, and he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's Schwartz. And it's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one. It's got to be so tough having the ball in the middle of the field like that, knowing that a linebacker is just waiting to make a big tackle like we just saw.
Oh, no doubt about it, because offense coordinators love to call plays to send receivers into the middle of the field. And linebackers, they want to naturally discourage those plays from being called.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's caught. And the Vikings are going to be set up in the 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
They talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Motion man is Schwartz. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, I know defensive coordinator is going to be pretty excited about what he just saw there. Great knockback by their front. And now with the ball where it is, I would expect to see the offense throw the ball on 2nd and 3rd down here.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. They'll send the tight end in motion left. 2nd and 2. Flush to his right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. Aubrey now for the PAT. And it's 21-3. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. ready at the line. This Philly offense set to go. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. He'll look to throw. That one downfield for Dotson. And that's caught inside the 30. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first, this one from 38. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will do it for this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. One of these 2 teams about to play their final half of the season as we're back at it in this NFC wildcard bout. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run it a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
Pressure can come from all over when you're plotting a defensive strategy. On that particular play, it just came from the outside.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll look to throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's caught inside the 30. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play there for Minnesota. 54 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 23 yards on the play.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. What a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. The defensive coordinators love that. You got a cornerback willing to stick his nose in there, come up on run support, and stop that pop pass dead in its tracks.
And, partner, one good thing about trying to defend that play, you should see it coming the whole way. You see the receiver coming in motion in your direction. Nice job eluding the blocker, making the play behind the line of scrimmage, but an even better job studying the play before you have to try and defend it in a game.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown from 6 yards away. And the Vikings take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Aubrey now for the point after. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Out of the gun now on third down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
In motion, right one of the tight ends. Back to throw again. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking for Dotson, and he's got him. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one good for 26 and a first down. They'll look to throw again. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play. One that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. Third quarter here, 2nd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flushed out right. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, it would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Here's Hurts to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Second down and 8. They'll set up a throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and it's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Jalen Carter. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Looking to throw. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. So the holding call on the offense, so they go ahead and decline that one and take possession of the football on the INT. Hurts sets up to throw it. Throwing left side, it's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Now Hurts changing up the play. First down, Philadelphia. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Vikings are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line. So this defense, Charles, quite a performance. Not working on a shutout, but they have still yet to give up a touchdown as they come up with the interception there.
Well, we've seen this from them before because you can move the ball on them through the middle of the field. But once you get into the red zone, that's where they really clamp down. They come up with the interception there, but you know about this crew. They're playing modern defense, taking care of the red zone 3rd downs and getting after the quarterback.
Letting one fly deep for Cooper. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 96 yards. And the Vikings will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Aubrey now for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right.
This pass hauled in by Dotson.
And all the way down to the 29. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wildcard matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. He'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, give him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
Now a 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw here. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Well, mistake there by the offense, Charles. They tried to pick on a Pro Bowl corner in coverage there, and not the smartest decision. He reminded him that he was a Pro Bowl corner with not only the pick, but the pick-6.
And those guys who have that designation, sometimes they get a little bit bored in games because people try to avoid them. They absolutely love it when they get challenged, and it's a chance to remind everyone exactly why they were tagged as one of the best in the league the prior season.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Now a give, right side. It's Cooper. The 20. 5. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. Aubrey good with a PAT. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Flushed out right. And he'll just get rid of it.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Hurts. That one downfield for Dotson. And he's got it inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jahan Dotson, 51 yards. And the Eagles get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Eagles 20.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Oh, it looked like the Eagles got this back. Yes, Philadelphia football. So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
Takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Escaping the pressure right.
Throw right side complete to Dotson.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack.
And Hurts going to move him around.
Another try after the first down sack.
Hurts. Throw out wide is incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Jonathan Grenard able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
The Hurts not coming to the sideline. They're going to go for it.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That is caught.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They'll drop to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you've got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
That grounding call could very well doom this drive. We'll see. They'll try again here, 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. And that sack brings up 4th and goal. A loss of 7. Big play.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, They got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, that's the fourth time that they've tried to go for it on fourth down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a first down.
Well, they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. They'll set up to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up third down.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
They'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up fourth down now. The Vikings send out their punter as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone.
Johnson on the return.
It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Hurts. Flush to his right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Kudos for the defense from me on that one because they were prepared the whole way for him to try to escape and hit them for more yardage running it. I like the way they stayed zeroed in on him and kept him contained when he pulled the ball down. I think he was fortunate to get what he did on that run.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, They still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
They'll get this out to Barkley complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Saquon Barkley from 13 yards out. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Escaping the pressure right, and this one incomplete. So they went for the 2, they don't get it. And that one is incomplete. It stops the clock now with 15 seconds remaining. So time definitely not in their favor, down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. And the Vikings hands team able to recover, and that should just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Yeah, you know.
I won't doubt it, he won't mislead all his followers. Praying on the process, mind and spirit. Feel like I'm floating in my prime time. One life, live it right now. One life, live it in. Goodbye, that's life.